So if you think that you're going to find yourself a soulmate and you're going to live happy ever after, I hate to break this to you, but it's not going to happen. Because it's part of this journey. Again, this person will never, true twinnies, from the moment of activation, we are in each other's energy. This person will never leave. So you're not going to forget about them. They're not going to disappear from your energetic field because you are with a soulmate. They're going to be there all the time. So the question is, because you are considering, settling this collective. So do you really think that you can go with another man, a soulmate? Maybe you're going to have a beautiful relationship, but can you imagine yourself going for dinner or being in bed or going traveling for holiday? Your person will constantly be with you. And granted, you can achieve that if you really put yourself in a mindset that, in my opinion, is not true, that we're never meant to be together, right? That it's just a soulmate that's meant to awaken you. We covered this and I don't want to get nervous, but we covered this in the previous part. But they're never gonna, like, if you think it's gonna be like all the other connections, that with another you're gonna push this one away, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. You might not consciously think about them, but they will always be. It just came to my mind. Maybe it's something that you need to hear. Let's do 3 more. Let's do 3 more for what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Okay. Lack of direction, leaking your wounds. We have 4 of Swords, no action, moving away, better times ahead. You guys, confirmation, 5 of Coins at the bottom of the deck. You would be thinking to yourself, your collective, and I'm hearing staying for the wrong reasons, dishonest with self. What I was hearing with this 8 of Cups, maybe some of you spoke to someone, maybe you spoke, it just came to my mind, maybe you spoke to a friend about this, or even a healer. You guys, I'm gonna say this again, I covered this in part 1. There are many healers, right, who were born from this journey. So divine feminines usually, right? Who were born from this journey. So they got activated. But they don't, their mission is not linked to this journey, right? So part of their mission is not to lead twin flames, right? They may be shamans, medicine women, seers. They may work with, whatever, Reiki, whatever, right? But because they themselves are in a journey, they know stuff about the journey. And I find that sometimes some of them, you guys, this is why I say we have to be really, really careful as healers to always make sure we're not projecting, to always be clear vessels and not put our, free cents when they're not asked and needed. But also as those of us who are on a journey and still are in need of healers, to really have your own discernment, have your own universal truth, right? So maybe you have someone that is like your Reiki healer or your medicine woman, or, someone you go for like psychic sessions, or you met someone maybe even online, and this person said that, I feel like you've heard, whether in a direct advice or somewhere, that you need to move on. And yes, you need to move on. Yes, you need to let go. It is true. But not, in a sense, find yourself a soulmate and start, no. What did I say in previous part? Our life is about so much bigger than just settling with someone. It's part of this journey is to understand that we are gods and goddesses of love. We should teach people proper love, not settling kind of love, but also our life is about so much more than just what I want and I feel that I deserve. I feel like you are in this moment of this journey that you think nothing is going on, nothing is happening. I haven't heard from my person for so long. I have to start accepting and admitting to myself that it's not going to happen. I've been staying in this weight for the wrong reasons. Maybe the part of this journey is, so I feel like you're trying to find courage within you, right, and just move away. But you guys, and I say this to you all the time, this journey is not about waiting. This journey is not about waiting. This journey is about finding your way back home. And I talk about this all the time. You're not supposed to not date other men because you think your person is not going to return. You're supposed to not want to date other men because you know that they're not part of your highest most aligned timeline. It's like, I don't know how to explain this to you. I talk about this in so many readings. It's a little bit like, imagine that you know for sure, for certain, that it ain't gonna happen, right? It ain't gonna happen. Maybe because he returned to spirit realm. I don't even want to say it, right? But maybe because whatever. True divine feminine. I mean, you guys, I don't know how to explain this to you so it doesn't seem... I feel like true twinnies, true divine feminine, it's coming to my mind for a reason. If I knew, this is a mindset of true divine feminine, right? Going back to separation, if I knew that it ain't gonna happen, right? For the reasons that I've mentioned, it wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't go ahead and start dating. You're not dating because you're waiting. You're not dating because you know that now you know what's your best option from the highest most aligned timeline, your ultimate level, your ultimate partner, the other half of your soul. So even if he's completely out of your reach, you're not dating because you don't want it. And you focus on your mission. You become a crow woman. That's the objective of this journey. True divine feminine, powerful, really powerful divine feminine. It's all this settling. It's a life of entitlement because I deserve to be happy. Life is not about what we deserve. Life is about what we need for our soul to grow. If you are here on this journey activated, you must have been through at least 500 lifetimes. You had it already. You had the settling, you had the love, you had the soulmate love. You had to had it. Let it go. I'm just a channel for your guides, but these are the things that I'm hearing. I feel like this collective, there's a spectrum of us as well on this journey, right? I never, you guys know, I don't like to be like more powerful or mission is more important. We're all one. We're all powerful. We're all important, right? But overall, some of us are souls that are really like borderline. I feel like I'm ready. Let's try this. That's why some don't get there. But some of us, we're really... Some of the twinnies are on their 400 something plus 500 lifetimes. Some of us like 700, 800, right? We really, our soul, no. I feel like this whole settling, this whole doubt, there's a reason that you were put on a journey where your masculine is not speaking to you for so long. First of all, it means that he's incredibly strong, because for our masculines not to speak to us for a year, for 2 years, over 2 years at all, if even a single message, right? Separation can be long, but they usually do check in. But if they haven't checked in for, again, like 2 years plus, it means that they're incredibly strong, because rest assured, I can promise to you that they think about this all the time. Just like we think of them. What did I tell you? Watch the telepathy thing, right? So it means that he's strong, but it also means that you have it in you to really let go, of this physical nonsense. 7 of Wands. Emotional immaturity. We have also, I was looking at this word avoidance here, a year or more. I think that this year of more is what, since you haven't heard from this person. So you guys, don't make this fit. This collective, you would not have heard from your person minimum a year. Not a single message, not a single like, nothing. Complete hermit, complete disappeared. You would not hear from them for minimum 1 year. No interaction towards you. They correcting me. Maybe they like occasionally like popped onto your like and were watching you, but there would be no direct communication for minimum a year. No message, no phone call, no audio, no nothing from them. Maybe you don't even have their number, I'm hearing, or you think they don't have yours. And I feel you think that it means that they're still avoidant, that they still emotionally immature. You would be thinking to yourself that if they really, it's been a year, I grew so much. You're probably thinking if they also grew, they would probably at least wanna check in with me, talk to me. So if they're not, it means that they probably don't even know that we're on a journey. It's not necessarily the case. You're making assumptions. Unconventional, it's again time for no action. I feel a test of faith. Four of coins. I'm hearing this song, hold on, we can make it through the fight, and I love. I feel like you would know this collective, that the gift of this journey, it comes from being different. Nobody knows. No one really knows what we go through. And I'm not saying this again as if this is like an exclusive club, but there is no way of explaining this. We become, on this journey, we discover how different we are, because we are not here to follow. We are here to lead. We are different. The lifestyle that we decide to live is completely different. And we also teach this because sometimes you guys, some of the 20s, I find that they live a very traditional life, right? So they live a life, picket fence, they get married, they have children, right? And especially those that, their mission is linked to sort of a really building that new earth. But some of us, we show to others that we have very unconventional kind of love, right? So maybe you have blended family, or maybe you for some time in your relationship, you live in different countries being in that relationship, whatever that is for you, right? It's not the traditional, conventional. And I think this is your problem right now. Maybe you always dreamed about something traditional. Maybe you always dreamed about having this person, cooking together, living together, having a family. And it's your moment right now of holding the line. I feel like really you have to tap in deeper to the fact that this journey is not a normal love story. It's not. It's about self-discovery. It's about life of mission. It's free on the timer. It's about life of service. We are here on a mission. Mission is more important. It's like in those movies, when there's love and whether they're spies or they're Air Force or whatever they are, right? Or they're like, on a mission to save the planet and to save humanity. And at that point, they cannot be together because the mission is more important, right? It may sound dramatic, but it's true. In order to complete our mission, we have to embark on these separate quests because we have to become our best selves. Only in our best selves we will be able to return to each other. And the day will come. So just don't give up. Okay, let's go, because it's been like a long reading and I still want to do what is actually going on, right? Remember? Because we were focusing on what you think is going on. So let's go. I want to shuffle like a little bit. It's not really shuffling, is it? But there's so many cards. What is actually going on? Spirit, what is actually going on? in this connection. Okay, I'm hearing something. One more for the first one. Okay. Okay, you guys, I was smelling it. It's like you're making assumptions, right? Okay, what do we have? We have crying over you. So if you think that your person is not thinking of you, that they're not sad, that they're not missing you, you're in complete denial. Again, watch the telepathy video. When you think of them, they think of you. The core thought coming from our soul, we always share that thought because we're one consciousness, one chakra system. We always think, it's just that it's wrapped in something else, depending on where we currently are when it comes to our healing and our journey. And we have the teddy bear interested in you. I feel like this is towards you. They would want to date. They would want this romance too. The reason why you're thinking about these things, it's because they're thinking about these things. They're probably thinking the same thing. I would want to hold her. I would want to take her out. I would want to be with her physically, right? They are in deep nostalgia. That's why you're probably picking that up. And with these two, we have legal issues and bad karma. What I was hearing, especially with these legal issues, that they may just have really serious karmic. You guys, we live a very different journey, right? We, us feminines, the veil is lifted, right? Almost immediately, the veil is lifted. So we deal with our karmic stuff in the beginning of the journey, right? So sometimes we have certain things to sort out, certain family things, maybe some ex-partners. We usually wrap it up within like 6 months, a year, right? Right? And we start to live this life of alignment when your life is about your mission, is about your growth, is about your shadow work, right? It becomes a center focus. So it's not just, yes, for both of us, we're in each other's energy all the time, 24/7. But for us, it is more conscious because we embark on this soul healing, right? So we embark on this journey when we really just get into healing our soul. And it's like you know consciously that you are activated because of your twin to this journey. So it's really hard to put this journey on a side, right? Side note, especially painful for those of us, people think like it's a good thing, especially painful for those of us who are meant to work with twins, right? Because you freaking constantly have to talk about this all the time and from the beginning, right? Because we connect to our mission from the beginning. So you receive downloads, you start to maybe like slowly have like create content, and right, so before you even tap into your abundance on your mission, you're tapping into your mission, right? So it's like it's constantly on your mind, right? Maybe there's a reason I said that. Maybe for some of you, part of your mission is to lead other twin flames. Maybe also this is why you're being put through these difficult things, to really feel it, to really, those of us who will work with twins, who are truly meant to work with twins, we have to be the beacon of that hope. Really have to, right? Sometimes we have to go through certain things to really embody them. But we, on this journey, it's our key topic, it's our key thing, right? But they're underneath a veil. So even energetically, we're with them all the time, but they have to stay in a 3D. They stay in denial. They're not awakened. They don't know about these stuff. So to them, we're this woman that they know it's destined, like she's always with me, but they're constantly going through towers, through karma, through karmic relationships, karmic patterns. So sometimes their life is such a mess that, yeah, they go to bed, they think of us, but throughout the day, they don't constantly thinking about how am I going to make this happen, how am I going to ride, because they're on a different type of quest. And I feel like you're making assumptions, and yes, he misses you, yes, he cries over you, yes, he's heartbroken, yes, he's probably thinking now, maybe it's a bit of an anniversary for you guys when it comes to that separation. So you're gonna literally hit the mark for 1 year or for 2 years, which always makes us a little bit more, right? But I feel like he's really going through a terrible karmic mess in the physical. So it's like he would probably, what am I going to do? Like, maybe he has some legal issues. Maybe he is in this situation when something karmic is constantly on his mind. I'm hearing maybe family as well. So it's like, how am I going to reach out to her? I'm not right now. I don't feel like even like going on a date, or like, what am I going to introduce her to? My karmic mess? I feel like you're really, this collective, you need to release assumptions. Let's clarify what's really going on. Did it flip? No. What's really going on? Crying over you. Talking. He wants to talk to you. He wants to talk to you. He wants to text. He wants to call. That's why you're thinking about it. Teddy bear. Broke ass. Maybe there is a bit of a money issue as well with those legal issues. You know, we, us feminists, we're both divinely protected, right? On this journey, whether we know it or not, we're both divinely protected. However, we have to really focus on soul healing and on our mission. So we usually are protected in this physical way. So we're usually abundant, we're usually not missing. Maybe in the beginning there's some struggles I just mentioned to you guys, so you have to close certain karmic things. But usually, like, throughout the separation, we live a life when we don't worry about money, we don't worry about, you know, legal issues or stuff like that, because we have to have the comfort to really confirmation, to focus on your mission, to focus on your path, on your purpose, on that self-discovery, right? So the spirit creates, whether for them, they have to go through karma. And remember what I always say to you, we are naturally connected to the portal that sit on a portal that connects us to the void. The masculines, they don't have that connection. So they're very prone to this imbalance in their lower chakras, to the shallowness of this matrix, right? So they really have to go through towers and karmic connections that will build humility in them. We have to remove the cockiness, the bravado, the look who I am, the right. It's a very, men, when they are out of balance, they tend to go there. When they are distorted, the distortion in the masculine is about power, is about superiority, is about, right? So they really have to go through these towers and see the bottom of the matrix. So many of the masculines, through the journey of separation, they go through job losses, through sometimes apartment losses, money losses, they broke, they have to hustle, some legal issues, some really serious karmic shit, right? So you are here and you're, you know, you're thinking that, oh, why is he not calling? And even if he's dying to call and reach out, his life may be such a mess that he's like, I have no money. I have to maybe appear in court every week. Like, I constantly have to struggle with this karma that I have, that you wouldn't think like karma, but the shit that I have to clear out. How am I even going to take her out? Legal issues. I feel like he's really working on it at this point, you guys. I feel like he's really string along. You know what I'm hearing with this one, and it happens a lot. I feel like moving on. I feel like this masculine right now is trying to, fishing for comments. I just thought he would probably love for you to reach out, but don't, okay? I mean, just my advice, but I wouldn't. It's only going to make things worse. Speak to him in 5D. Send him love. Send him strength. I feel like he right now, he is in despair about this love, about this loss, about not speaking to you. But I think that he's trying not to think about this because he's trying to be strong. What I'm hearing with this masculine is that with that key on the ring, what I was hearing, that he is now going through this period of time when he's realizing that what he's going through is of his own doing. I feel like he made mistakes. So maybe he associated himself with the wrong people for wrong reasons. And I feel like, you guys, it's on many levels. It's not just, I feel like it would be on many levels right now. So he may have different kinds of issues. So maybe some nasty exes, maybe issues with family, maybe some illegal issues, maybe job issues, money issues, finances. This masculine will really be in a very bad karmic place. So it's like he's trying, the thought of you is sort of giving him hope, but he's trying not to think about this. I think like he's conscious how long it has been. Maybe whatever that is, if it's like a year ago or 2 years ago, maybe a year ago or 2 years ago, he thought that in a year I'm going to be able to offer her something and we'll return to each other. And now it's like the worst, right? But what do I always say to you guys? It's always darkest before the dawn. I feel he would be persisting. He would be I'm not hearing not for you, not for like, right? You would be some sort of a motivation, but I'm hearing more that the mess, it's like it reached rock bottom. And I'm hearing that he's finally starting to think, I have to take better decisions for myself. What did I tell you? Lessons of humility, lessons of maturity. With most people, theory won't help you to grow. So you have to burn to learn. You have to go for certain things on your own. Let's do a few of these to ask where he really is, and then we're going to do tarot. Yeah, one more. We have unboxing abundance. Do it scared. Okay, we have we have unboxing abundance. So I feel like there's definitely a lot of financial issues in his life right now. He is contemplating a lot about money, about maybe he made some wrong financial choices, something that was based on fear or based on cockiness. I'm hearing not understanding that. What do I always say to you guys? Abundance is a byproduct of a life of alignment. The more aligned we are, the abundance just follows. If we live an aligned life, if we live a good life, that life of service, focusing on our mission, we will never not have money to put food on our plate and have roof over our head. And that's truly all we need, right? It's usually much more when we really, really serve. And I think like right now, he would be a little bit scared on what I'm hearing, on what's going to happen in his life. But it's building courage within him as well, I feel. He is in this moment. I'm hearing that no reasonable decision would save him. He's standing in front of that moment and he has to do the right thing. And if he does the right thing, not the easy thing, sometimes these life lessons with money, with finances, they also teach them not to avoid, to take accountability, to take responsibility. And we have questioned everything. So he would really, our physical world and that we live in is bound by social, cultural, religious conditioning. Neither of these things are universal truth. They change and evolve. I feel like he is questioning everything, but more in this physical world. He's clearing some really bad karma. I really feel, send him some love, because you're focusing on love, love, love and your love story, and he's out there like literally trying to survive. I feel he would be scared that he's not going to get out of this mess. But sometimes they have to be put in these situations to really learn to take better choices for themselves. I feel it's going to be a lesson of really, it's been so hard that I will never put myself back in this situation. He would be overthinking right now as well. What brought him into the situation? What caused it? What could have been done better? Why didn't he see this before? I'm sensing that there's also something about not believing in himself and this lack mentality, and right, so